We are just a couple weeks away from OP-04, the fourth set of the One Piece trading card game being released in English. And this is the best time to be playing this game. Whether you're an existing player or if you're a new player, if you're somebody that has just been thinking of getting into the game, you might have seen a couple YouTube videos, you've seen people posting things online here and there, maybe you're part of other card communities, now's the perfect time. Maybe you're somebody that wants to get your friends into playing the card game because they've seen you play it, they heard you talking about it, but they never got into it themselves. No worries. In this video, I'm going to do my best to convince them that right now is the best time to continue playing the One Piece trading card game, or even just get into it. If you're a complete noob, if you've been thinking about it, it is the best time. And without further ado, let's get into it. But actually, you know what? Allow me to introduce myself. My name is Blackbeard TCG. I hope you guys are all having an amazing day. And if not, hopefully I can make it a little bit better. On my channel, I make content about everything One Piece card game. I have a ton of different series on the channel. I talk about metagame stuff. I talk about casual stuff, off-meta stuff. I talk about various topics. I make podcasts. I do card predictions, card ratings, any type of video that you guys might want to see. I've probably done it or will be doing it. So if you want a well-rounded YouTuber, then you've come to the right place. Sorry, I'm stumbling over my words because if you're new and you don't know, I do this all in one take, you feel me? But with that being said, let's get into it. Reason number one. For point number one, Rebecca comes into play. Rebecca is a leader that's going to be released in OP-04, and boy, is she good. Kind of ironic, right? Coming from me, and quite frankly, it's a deck that I've been playing a ton of, and stay tuned because in a couple days, I will be dropping my complete Rebecca guide. Akin to what I did for Smoker as well as Whitebeard, you guys will be able to see my version of Rebecca, and I will be breaking it down for all of you existing as well as brand new players. Now, why do I think Rebecca is one of the reasons why it's a great time to join in? Well, Rebecca, it will catapult you right into playing one of the top decks in the format, right? If you play Rebecca, she's not S tier, 0 tier, whatever, absolutely broken where, like, you know, you could turn your brain off and just play kind of like a Boatbeard was before the boat got banned, right? However, with Rebecca, it's a strong deck. It still requires skill. You can't make mistakes. It will be a skillful deck, but the thing is that this deck is going to be relatively cheap as well. Now, of course, you could say, well, Ryan, in the previous set, in OP-03, Yellow came out, and you only needed to purchase into that set, right? You didn't have to buy cards from any previous set, and that deck was also really strong. It kind of catapulted you into the top tier if you're playing Big Mom, or more importantly, in my opinion, Charlotte Katakuri. You'd be 100% correct if you made that assessment. The thing is, though, is that Charlotte Katakuri requires 4 Charlotte Katakuri's secret rares, right? Which is the highest rarity that's not manga art, or alt art. So with that being said, because you need 4 secret rares and it's a meta card, as a result, that card is very pricey if you want to get 4 copies of it, on top of all the other things that you want to buy. With Rebecca, the 2 main cards are going to be super rares, being Luffy and Sabo being the one that I think will be a little bit more expensive because Sabo's going to be a black card that can be splashable in many different black decks, whereas Luffy is only going to be played in Rebecca. I'd be very surprised if when the dust settles, you know, after the first week, because remember, more boxes being open, more product on the market, card prices go down, right? Basic supply and demand. I don't need to break it down for you guys, but I'd be very surprised if Sabo ends up being more than $15 per card when it's all said and done. I'd be very surprised if Luffy ends up being more than 10. I could see Luffy easily being $5 to $7 each, sitting around those prices. But with that being said, those are going to be the most expensive cards in the deck. Everything else you can get within the set. It'll be super cheap if you just buy the singles. And speaking of singles, you guys can go ahead and check out opsingles.com. Link will be in the description. Use discount code BBTCG for 5% off your order of singles. And if you spend $50, every $50 that you spend, by the way, you get a free Shanks Dawn. And who knows, there might be other promotions coming up in the future for other dogs. We don't know. But for now, you can get yourself a free Shanks Dawn for every $50 that you spend. And so when OP-04 comes out, if you want to pick up your singles, opsingles.com is a place to go. But enough for the shilling. Let's get back on topic. You'll be able to pick up the singles for really cheap. Those cards, the super rares, are the only ones that will be a little bit more pricey, but even then, that deck will be super cheap to build compared to a Charlotte Katakuri, and you'll be playing a deck that will just be able to jump straight into the top tier. It's great if you're already playing the game. If you're new to the game, it'll be a great deck for you to pick up because, again, it is a deck that will require skill. You're not just going to be able to play brain off. So while you're a new player, you may want to pick up something easy and something simple, but if you can play Rebecca, learn the intricacies of the game, it's going to be difficult. That's fine. It will make you a better player because of it. point number 2 is very similar to point number 1 because halfway through OP-04, we should be getting the next starter decks, which is going to be Luffy, Law, and Kid all in one deck. Red, purple, Luffy. You can pick whichever leader that you want to build, play it with red cards, play it with purple cards, and the whole purpose of this deck, Bandai said it themselves. The reason why they made this deck is because they wanted new players to be able to come in and compete right away, and boy, can you compete right away. Red Purple Luffy will allow you to contend right away after picking up some very cheap singles. You guys know where to go to pick up some singles, enough shilling there. But Red Purple Luffy uses cheap singles. Those singles will probably be less than $1 along with cards from the starter deck that can make it contend on what is considered a flagship level in Japan. That's the tournaments that people go to. Red Purple Luffy's been able to top there in events using very cheap cards, a starter deck and cards that are basically $1 or less. So if you're brand new, if you want to get into it, you want to pick up this starter deck, you pick that up, buy a couple singles that are dirt cheap. You could probably spend less than $10 on singles, put that together, and right off the bat, you'll have a deck that once again can allow you to contend. On top of that, it's going to set you up very, very nicely because in OP-05, with cards coming out like Gamma Knife, Red Purple Law, who's in the starter deck, I think, in my opinion, will be a deck that will continue to be a top contender, and Red Purple Luffy will continue to get stronger. For me right now, I haven't seen too much sauce with Red Purple Kid, but I'm sure that it's going to be good. But if not, hey, you still got those two leaders to fall back on, the Red Purple Law and Red Purple Luffy. And remember, if you're not going to take my word for it, take the word from the creators themselves. The purpose of this deck that they want to put it out was to make it competitive for people just coming into the game. If I'm saying it and you don't believe it, listen to them. It's a perfect time to get in because they literally made a deck for you. Okay, so up next, point number 3, we have to talk about collectors. Now, you have a huge range of cards to collect from. This is a great time for anybody that just wants to collect to come into the game. But let me just call a spade and be completely honest with you. If you're one of those people that just want to get into it because you are trying to make money, take it from somebody who's been in the game since the very beginning. You are going to lose money. In fact, in this game, the only thing that's really actually worth money is probably going to be the manga cards, right? The manga art cards, because those are the most sought after. That's the biggest hit in every box. Outside of that, everything has been decreasing in value. Of course, some things see some spikes if they decide to get more meta play, but for the most part, these cards aren't going to be that expensive. Alt arts, on the other hand, are also cards that are decently priced, but nothing that I could say that if you hang on to, you're gonna have a whole bunch of money that you're gonna have down the road. I'm just gonna be completely honest. So not to deter people from that, but again, if you have that type of mindset, hey, do it if you want. If that's your prerogative, I'm just gonna say you're probably gonna lose money. Now, if you're a person that just wants to collect cards, right? Some people, this is a TCG. Some people might treat it as a CCG, right? A collectible card game. If you just like the characters, if you just like the arts, this is the perfect time to come in. The alternate art leaders are some of the best looking cards I've ever seen in a card game. And so being able to collect those, you have the manga arts if you want to go ahead and spend some cash or try to pull for them yourself. Be my guest, go for it. You have the opportunity to try to do that. You have all the alt arts of the characters that you want to pick up. You have all the super rares. Anything after that, it doesn't really matter. But in my opinion, the alt arts, the promo cards, the manga cards, right? Those are going to be your chases. And if you are a collector and you just want to have something in your collection, one of each card, one of all the big hit cards, now is a perfect time because the range is huge. And might I add, a lot of the alt arts are starting to drop down in price from the previous sets. So if you are a collector and you want to come in and start to boost up your collection real quick with some cheap alternate cards, now's the perfect time to do so for some of the previous sets. I'm just saying. Now, again, perhaps when the series ends, some of the cards might go up in price, but don't do this just for the money. If you're doing it just for the money, I'm sorry, maybe now's not a good time to come into the game, and there probably will never be a good time. But if you're just a collector, you're a fan of One Piece, you're not so much a fan of playing the game specifically, no problem. I still think now's a great time for you to hop in and start collecting those alt arts and all those big hit cards. The last and final point that I have to give you guys is a wholesome one, and it's something that I'm sure you guys will appreciate. A bunch of fantastic content creators are here at your fingertips on YouTube to keep you entertained and, more importantly, learn from. first I gotta talk about myself, you know. Hey, I gotta talk about myself first. I'm Blackbeard TCG, god damn it. No, but in all seriousness, on my channel you can find a ton of various content. For me, my focus is to hit a wide audience. I don't just want to hit people that are just playing strictly meta and are super sweaty in that aspect. I also don't want to just talk about people that are extremely casual. I don't just want to make theory crafting videos. I just want to make videos that anybody in the community can enjoy, because I truly just have a passion for this game, and I have a passion for people that play this game. So anything with the One Piece card game, you're going to find that content, and I hope that you guys can feel my genuine excitement of this game in my videos, because sometimes I get so hyped that I talk so fast I stumble over my words, and I keep it in because I very easily could edit it out, but I feel like, at least for the most part, I try to be as professional as possible and make sure that I'm not just stumbling over my words off cooldown to the point that I don't even make sense to you guys and it's just annoying for you guys to listen to. But it's because I'm genuinely excited and hyped for the fact that I can talk about something that I absolutely love with people that love the game as much as I do. So first and foremost, I gotta shout myself out. But with that being said, there are a ton of amazing content creators. So first and foremost, I want to talk about Cross AI and Beats by Ash. These are two content creators that focus heavily on the metagame as well as teaching players and helping them improve. If you're somebody that's coming into this game and you want to start competing right away, I highly recommend you guys check out Cross AI's channel. I highly recommend you guys check out Beats by Ash. Let them know your boy sent you there, and definitely you can learn so much from them. They put out such amazing content. I watch every single one of their videos and I learn a ton. The next group of creators I have to talk about are Straw Hats Are Cool and Card Z Kaizoku. They upload gameplay matches of various leaders, and you can also learn a ton of how to play from them as well. Straw Hats Are Cool is uploading gameplay on the sim as well as real life gameplay. Card Z Kaizoku uploads mostly on the sim, but really talks about his thought process in terms of how he plays, very similar to some of the gameplay videos that I do on my channel, and that's why I really like what he does, because he also plays a variety of leaders, tries a bunch of different decks. And so for you, if you're somebody that is trying to see how a deck plays and you want to see how somebody else plays it, then these two people are some of the best right now that are putting out content for you guys to enjoy, be entertained, and learn from. And of course, I have to talk about two of the OG creators that really inspired me to make the content that I want to create, and that's Asif Chaz as well as Noah over in Singapore. Obviously, they give us observation like hockey insight because they're playing the Japanese meta because they're based in Singapore. So because they're over in Asia, they're going to be able to have an idea of the meta before we do, and because of that, we can kind of learn from them. And not just from meta, because if you take a look at their videos, they just make a varied amount of content, be it box openings, card reviews, reactions, things like that. Again, entertainment. Guys, all of these creators are amazing, and as fun as the game is to play, if you want to digest even more content, there's so many YouTubers that you guys can enjoy outside of just me as well. That is why this game is so amazing right now, because all the content creators are hungry and we all enjoy what we're doing, and we're all consistently putting out content. There's not just one creator that you can go to and find everything, although I try to be that. But why do you have to when you have all these amazing creators that are out there? Show them all love, show them all support, because the amount of content on the One Piece card game right now is absolutely immense, which is great. Everybody can learn, everybody can improve, and more importantly, everybody can have fun. So those are 4 reasons why I think OP-04 is the best time to start playing or continue playing the One Piece card game. The game is as healthy as ever. Every event is selling out in seconds. If you're worried about a game dying, that is not the case. This game is not dying, it is only growing, and I truly mean that. If you look at the events that capped out at 512 players, a lot of them in most recent memory have had to be expanded to over 1,000 players because the demand is so high. That means that this game will continue to get support, and so if you want to join a game that looks extremely healthy, this is the time. Guys, I hope I did a good job selling it. If you guys aren't already a fan of the One Piece card game, hopefully you are now. And if you guys already were, hopefully you guys agree with everything that I said. Let me know in the comment section below. Do you guys agree with me? Do you guys disagree? Hopefully you guys do disagree. Hopefully you guys do disagree. See, it's exactly what I was saying earlier. I just stumbled over my words because I'm thinking too fast about what I want to say because I'm so excited. Now I'm rambling. I do this all in one take. Let me know in the comment section below if you guys agree or disagree, and hopefully you guys agree with me. That's what I was trying to say. And if you guys do agree with me, let me know in the comment section below. If you just agree with all my points, that's fine. But do you guys have other points as to why now's a good time to get into the game? So maybe other people that are watching this video can go ahead and scroll through the comments and also see you guys talking about why this game is so great. Love you all, and stay tuned for more content from BBTCG. Catch you guys later. Peace.